in this fashion this way.
That's all good. Let's do some setup wars. Get a chance to redeem yourself.
I'll redeem myself in setup wars.
All right, so Mickey, we're gonna kick things off with some military-esque setup wars.
Play the setup wars song, Mickey. All right, so this is Setup Wars. This is a segment where brave DJs from around the country have either submitted their pictures of their setups for us to evaluate, or we've stolen that from baddjsetups.com or wherever the hell we found them. Right? I mean, let's be honest. And so we're going to look at them. We're going to evaluate them. We're going to hear Rachel's expert opinion, and then we're going to give it a score from 0 to 10. Fractions okay.
Yes. All right.
DJ Rachel Lynch, are you ready?
Yep.
I am. I just want to preface this a tad.
Yes.
I think, because I experience this myself when I post pictures of my setups and stuff, where you'll get a couple people that will comment, and without knowing, like they'll say something, because I use eVol 50s. I love them, right?
Sure.
But I also own Electro Voice ETX 35Ps. I own 18 subs. Like, I own bigger. So when I need to bring bigger, I bring bigger. So let's just say I have an event, I post a picture, and I'll get some jerk in my comments and be like, what's with the stick speakers? That's not enough sound for that event. And it's like, bro, you don't know anything about what I'm doing, the sound objective, how many people. Yeah. So I just want to keep in mind, we're judging on stuff that we don't have the whole context. Yes. So unless it's like really unsafe, or like it's like a duct tape facade or something, I'm going to be kinder than probably most, just because I don't have context of the event.
I think we're fair.
No, we're in good company. Yeah,
we give lots of benefit
do say things like, I don't know if this is a prom or what, but there is a big purple heart in front of this dance floor.
We get benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
This is mostly for entertainment purposes only. Yep. It's mostly for entertainment.
Okay.
We are kind to the brothers
and when Mickey picks pictures, it's usually fairly extreme, so it's going to be like pretty obvious.
Okay. I'm excited. Let's do this.
Let's do this. Are you having fun though? Seriously, are you having fun?
You having fun?
I am. No, you guys are awesome.
All right.
You guys are amazing. No, I'm having a great time.
We'll see at the next conference how fast you run when you see us.
Oh, it's those guys.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. Those crazy bastards. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Well, I'm going to go first since you guys said this is all mine. I know why you're saying that. It's because if you've watched one episode of the show, you know that I like things all black. And mostly it's because I know DJ Rachel's stuff is mostly all white. I really enjoy her gig logs, and not to already be in conflict with what she likes. But for me, I prefer things all black regardless of scenario. I just like to disappear a little more. I mean, for me, that's just my personal aesthetic choice. I think this is an aesthetically exceptional, right? I love the all black. They've done obviously some care here on some wire management. I assume that's a picture of the couple on the TV on the facade. I think it looks great. It's really good. Now, if we're getting all crazy nerdy, I would think they might have some opportunity to move their speakers out a little bit for better sound. But I don't know. I can always see this corner, so I'll give them the benefit of the doubt that this is the best placement for all their gear. I would just throw out there that it's possible that spreading those things out, especially with that much bass from those subs, is going to give, especially in a corner.
They're EVs. They're not going to give them much bass at all.
I like EVs. You're talking smack. Rachel loves EVs. But look, you're in a corner, so it's going to turn into a bass tunnel a little bit with that much bass, likely. So, but besides that, I think it's remarkable, and it looks a lot like a setup that I would use, because I dig it when it's all uniform and black and kind of disappears.
Rachel, what do you think?
Super clean. I also dig all black setups. I do have an all black setup as well as white, and I try to blend in with the venue as much as possible. This is obviously more of a rustic venue, so kind of like my modern DJ console that I use might not look as fitting as something just kind of really traditional and classic like this all black look. Obviously, 2 thumbs up for the EV gear. This is going to be really, really petty and nitpicky.
Yeah, I love it.
So I really appreciate the wire management, but I'm a big fan. I always put a Velcro strap right under the top and at the bottom of the pole. Yeah, I don't want to see any wires at all. So one extra Velcro strip up at the top would have made this magazine quality, just super clean. But I just don't like seeing wires at all. And I know that's really petty.
No, that's nice. Good. I even love everything you guys said. I agree with. Especially my first thing was the bass tunnel in a corner. You never want to be in a corner when you're setting up.
If you can avoid it, who knows? They can
branch
avoid
out
it.
a little bit for sure. But I even love the extra special care that the person did by putting line of sight for the microphones.
Sure.
To put that up next. That's what I do. It's exactly what I do. I'm not a big TV guy, but that's personal preference. But everything, it looks good. There's nothing I'm going to say that you guys haven't said.
I then score it 0 to 10.
It's number one. It's tricky.
I know.
I'm gonna do a 6.8.
That's low.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7.
7's still low.
Yeah.
Rachel, what do you think?
I was going like 8.5. There's
Yeah, me
nothing
too.
remarkable here, but it's clean, it's timeless, it's professional.
Timeless.
It is timeless.
It's very well done. It's a timeless setup. It's going to work no matter where you go.
That's
so
a great,
I'm giving it an 8.
word.
All those reasons why this is probably one of my favorite setups I've seen in a long time, and minus some of the technical things about it. But for me, it's one of my favorite ones that Mickey's put up. I think he probably put it in here, especially because he knows that I would have liked this. So it's an 8.5 for me, for sure. All right, cool. Next, Mickey, what do you got?
Rachel, do you want to go first?
All right, so looks like we got a RCF in the corner, I'm guessing.
It looks like
I
J
agree.
Mixes, right?
Okay, so okay, there's their other one. Got it. I thought they only had one speaker at one point, but it's just really dark and over on the
shadowy,
side.
yeah.
So the first thing that stands out is the caution tape. I find that a little bizarre. Is that what I'm seeing correctly?
Safety
There's caution
first.
tape
I
on
did
the
notice
base of
that,
the
yes.
totems.
Yes.
Yes, this person bought their totems at a construction site, I guess. I don't know. It's interesting.
That's kind of awkward. That's definitely kind of awkward.
You're not going to see the caution tape until you're right on top
Professional
of it.
sound. I do like that they have the speakers on the outside of the totems, if that's what they're
was
going to
thinking the
do,
same
to
thing.
kind of spread out, especially with a column array style. They typically have a wide speaker dispersion, so you're not, getting weird combing effect and things like that. So I like that they're spread out. Things are symmetrical, which I appreciate. I don't see, spaghetti wires, which is nice. Depending on the event, I might be okay with that facade. I might not be okay with that facade. I feel that DJs should really be tasteful in kind of what they're doing and, not be the center of attention always depending on the
Right.
event. But if this is like a prom or a Sweet 16, I'm okay with it. Moving heads. Yeah, they have all the essentials. It's clean. Yeah, that's it.
Rich?
Good points. My only thing is so you're looking at it, the Evox to the right looks to be remarkably lower. I'm not sure if that's just an angle thing or what, but
That is
decent
interesting.
speakers. I'm looking at my JMix right now, and really good stuff. I like what you said about the facade. I was gonna kind of crush that a little bit, but that's fair. It reminds me of $10,000 Pyramid or Family Feud, one of those things. I should be putting my hand on a buzzer or something.
It looks like some 1978 discotheque thing. Look, okay. This obviously is someone who knows equipment, right? It's good equipment. I can't tell the brand of the movers. I'm sure they're good. Their speakers are good. So I guess most of my criticism of this is going to be personal aesthetic things. And it's just too wacky for me. It just is a lot going on. I think that facade, I'm not sure what the appropriate kind of event is for that facade. I'd have to think about it, right? Where would I use that and say, okay, that's where I want to use that. But again, that's a personal thing, I suppose. I think I get what they're doing with the caution arrows on the bottom of their totems, right? Someone who's put some care into hey, I don't want people tripping over this or whatever. Maybe they've been sued before and don't want to ever be sued again. So they put this crazy caution tape on the bottom of their totem platforms. I think it's overkill for sure. It stands out too. It's the first thing we all saw was please do not trip on my totems. I don't know how you would because they're a gigantic lit up thing there. But I think it's aesthetic stuff. I don't dig the aesthetic. So I'm not going to score as high as the last one. This whole venue is insane.
It's like a Mohegan Sun.
I don't know. Yeah, it's some crazy casino showroom or something.
Right.
It's like a room they would stick Ben Stowe in at some conference where he didn't want to be in that room because of the crazy wallpaper. I don't know. It's crazy.
What are you going to score this, Rachel?
So just because it's clean, it is professional, even though it boils down to style preference, I'm still going to give it probably a 6, 7. kind of
cool.
in between. Just because it's not my style doesn't make it wrong. They still professionally executed it, right? So I'll give
a
them
lot of great points. 6 for me.
I'm being kind. I'll give them a 7. I'll give them a 7.
Nice.
7 for Rachel. All right.
Well, this is because this is our show. I will knock points off for aesthetics that I don't like because, gosh darn it, it's our show. So I'm going to give it a 6. All right. Mickey, give us the next one on Setup Wars. These have all been good so far, Mickey, besides the nightmare wallpaper on the ceiling.
He's got poop coming up.
He's got to have one on deck that's awful.
There it is.
And there it is. And there we go. Is that a pyramid of speakers? Wow. I really hope this person is not a subscriber of ours.
Five speakers within 6 feet of each other.
What? Okay. I mean, I don't know what we're supposed to say about it.
What application would you have?
That's like
5 speakers.
Well, I don't know, but I think that is like
Within
some
6 feet of each
surround
other.
sound receiver they have sitting on the table as their amplification. I don't know what that is.
Okay, my first question
That's
is,
a
I don't know
desktop
if it's
computer.
an optical illusion, but on my end, is the table crooked?
Yo, yeah.
It looks like
it's bent in the middle.
slanted. Yeah.
It could be just the pyramid of speakers in front of it.
Is that a desktop speaker? Really?
That's a desktop computer. That is literally a desktop PC turned on its side, if you look. So they're running whatever DJ software they are from a lying on its side, naked, exposed PC.
How old is this picture, Mickey? Jeez, that's funny.
Awful.
All right, yeah, that's
All right, so kick its ass, Rich. Go ahead.
really
Well,
the show is. I need more time. All right,
it's
cable
terrible.
management, speaker. I just
the speakers are aimed
three
at
in
each other, by the way.
I mean, they make a funny thing that it's kind of convenient. They're called laptops. Maybe you've heard of them. Maybe put both lights on the speakers instead of one. The LED lights. But it's just it's horrible.
The only benefit I'm going to give this, I'm making up a story in my head, right? Am I allowed? Can I have some license? I'm making up a story that this is a kid who's 14 and his middle school, it looks like a gym floor, right? It's a shiny floor. It's helping me build my narrative. And this is a 14-year-old kid that has dreamed of DJing because he's watched Rachel's videos and dreams of DJing. And so collected whatever random stuff he could get his hands on.
In the AV closet.
Or the AV closet,
Yeah.
or like his uncle who was DJing until 1997 then quit. He went and collected whatever he could find, and he's proud of himself and built this thing. So that's
Good
my
stuff.
narrative. And for that, I'm going to say, job well done, Sparky. Great work.
Sparky. Anything to add, Rachel?
All right. So my opinion, I really try not to be a brand snob, right? We all started somewhere. And if, like you said, it is a younger kid or someone just starting out, you're going to do what you got to do, right? Just to get your feet wet. But it costs $0 to do things safely and neatly.
Sure.
So that's, I think, what upsets me about this is disregarding the quality of what's there. There's no reason why you can't tidy up the wires. There's no reason why you can't put the feet on your table at the same, those pinhole dots, take extra 9 seconds and just make your table level. You know what I mean? There's just little things that make a big difference that cost $0 that give the impression that you actually give to what. So I won't make you edit that out. So that's where I'm at. So disregarding the brand, it costs $0 to be neat and safe, and they just.
That's a great answer.
By the way, you're allowed to curse on
That's
our
it.
show.
Yeah.
If it's not your brand or not, that's fine. But you're allowed to curse if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
This obviously looks like they don't give two shits.
Very good. That's my girl. All right. Well, I'm going to say I hope that Sparky here had the time of his life when he DJ'd his middle school Sadie Hawkins dance. All right. That was Setup Wars. By the way, Rachel Lynch is the consummate professional. She took this insane photo and actually gave it constructive criticism.
Seriously.
So she took that way more seriously than we did. So
it looks like
kudos.
I'm getting word that Mickey's got one more.
Oh, we got one more?
Yeah.
Oh, they're yelling over there in the corner. There's one more.
I think I know what's coming.
He's been waiting. Is it Rachel's setup? I hope
know
it's
it's
Rachel's
coming.
setup. That'd be fun. Oh, no, it's not. I know this country club. This is the country club that looks like your grandma's basement that everyone has been stuck DJing at before in their life. Look at that parquet floor, baby.
So I see this a lot of that DJs are put in these situations where you're trying to find your point of symmetry, right? There's always the center of the room and then the center of the dance floor. And obviously
tricky.
my OCD is making my eye twitch, because you want to bump it over. I also hate being placed in front of any type of door or emergency egress. right? That's not a good look on either the venue or the DJ, but I understand, sometimes our hands are tied. Overall, I mean, we're back to the classic black. Can't go wrong with that. I can't tell. I feel like these are also RCF. You can correct me if I'm wrong.
Could be. It's hard to tell, but I think it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they are. So they remember how I said I'm big on, a wire tie at the top and at the bottom. You don't even see their wires. So that's why, they get an extra thumbs up with that. I'm seeing this surging trend of these like Asteria-like sticks or the Ape sticks. I'm kind of mixed on them. I feel like some people do use them in a really cool application. Sometimes I feel like you're not really getting a lot of bang for your buck the way some DJs decide to utilize them. Overall, clean, modern, acceptable, professional stuff here. I have little to no problem with it. Just the asymmetry kind of kills me a little bit.
Yeah,
but not much you can do about that.
I think, though, if you're going to invest in whatever kind of tubes these are, maybe these are the Chauvet or the Ape tubes, like you said, then I think, like you mentioned, it costs $0 to be safe or $0 to be clean. It also costs $0 to use them in a more creative way than just putting 4 of them on the floor, right? I mean,
that's my point number 1.
If you've bought these tubes, you've probably at least seen somebody's Instagram or video or something that somebody put out where they use these things in a more creative way of adding some depth or some height differences to give it some more interest than literally putting 4 of them on the floor.
Kind of vanilla.
I would say this too, that I think that as your only dance floor light, it could be limiting because we bought some of these. We dig them. They look amazing, but their output isn't super strong. But actually looks not terrible here. But again, a little more creativity in how they're deployed. I would have put the speakers on the outside probably, or nitpicking. But this person knows what they're doing for sure. They bought good gear. I mean, the RCF obviously is a premier brand. Those sticks are all the rage. It's neat. So yeah, it's pretty good. But they could have been more creative. If you're gonna buy those things, you have to have the mindset. You have to be creative with them somehow.
Oh, it's gotta look cool. So everything you just said, I mean, the setup looks great. It's super clean. It looks, to me, it's like you're on a really cold day. You're at a bus stop and everyone's cold, so they're gonna all force each other in so we can keep warm. Spread shit out a little bit.
That's very interesting.
You know what I mean? I mean, just
so.
Put the speakers out to the edge of the dance floor at least. I mean,
on the outside.
That's great. It's the best one I've seen so far. Maybe not picture number 1, but I'm gonna give this a 7.5.
Wow, you like this better than the first one?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I definitely don't like this better than the first one. I think this one is not as good, anywhere near as good as the first one. So for me, this is like a 6.5. And I think it killed their score. They didn't do something with those tubes besides just literally put them on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Rachel, what do you think?
You brought up an interesting point with the lighting, and I'm a big on right tool for the right job. And because equipment has gotten so much more convenient, in terms of setup and lightweight and portable, that we now kind of don't want to bring I'll say essentials because, they're more work. So like, for example, I consider these accent lighting.
Yes.
Like they're pretty to look at, they're eye candy, but if this is all they brought in terms of creating an ambiance in the room, meaning there's no up lights anywhere else in the room, there's no, JMAZ, what's
Product
their
plug.
new bar? They're kind of their version of the ADJ, whatever. I'm just saying, if there's no other fixtures anywhere else and this is all they brought, I don't think that's the right tool for the job. So personally, if that's the case, they would lose points for that.
We agree with that.
Yep.
Because accent lighting is not dance floor lighting. So I do like the other one a tad better. I'm going to give this a 7. The other one was an 8. Even though I do like their wire management better on this.
If they literally had added 2 wash lights to this of some kind, small, easy, whatever, then it would have been better for me. They could add actually, if they had put 2 wash lights even attached to the speaker poles right tucked underneath the speakers, it would have added that kind of depth and dimension to the lighting too. Anyway.
Love it.
All right.
Anyway,
so
and the term I was looking for was VersaFlex bar by JMAZ. That's their kind of version of the ADJ gig bar, and it's pretty dope. I had a brain fart there for a second.
Do you work for them too? Who do you work for? You work for all these people.
Who do you work for?
Doesn't Danny have a cool bar? Danny needs a cool bar. Hey, thanks for checking out this episode of Setup Wars, where you bravely submit your setups and our panel gives them a score. Blow up the comment section below of what you thought of this week's setups. Of course, we want you along every time. So like this video, subscribe to our channel, and ring the little bell so you get notifications of all our new content. We'll see you next time.